Algeria and Mali going to war. Why am I saying this? Well, Algeria shut down one of Mali's military drones that was doing reconnaissance. Algeria shares a border with Mali and their neighboring countries. So Mali was shocked and surprised to find out that their drone was shut down by the Algerian military. So the minister of Mali actually call a meeting, and let's listen to what he said in this meeting, and then we're going to dissect it. Take a listen. Boom. At the request of the highest authorities in the country, we call the ambassador of the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria. In accordance with the government's communique that was published, we express a strong protest to the Algerian ambassador regarding this incident, and we also expressed our great surprise that this incident occurred between Mali and our People's Democratic Republic of Algeria, and above all, our dissatisfaction, Mali and Algeria are not countries at war. And from our point of view, absolutely nothing could justify the Algerian defense forces attacking a Mali defense and security aircraft, military aircraft. So we hope that the Algerian side could, as we have been requesting for more than 3 days, provide us with evidence indicating that the unmanned aircraft possibly flew into Algerian territory. And in some circumstances, this aircraft was shut down. First, it was possible to contact the Malian units. Then, at the level of various intelligence services, there is a channel of communication that is established. There's also the diplomatic level. These contacts could have been made upstream during or even after the incident. None of this was done. The only time when Mali understood that Algeria is involved in this incident and is when Algerian Minister of Defense issued a statement. To be able to claim this attack against the Malian drone, we also indicated to the Algerian ambassador that this type of practice must exist between countries. Moreover, we recall that recently our Mali airspace has also was the subject of violation from a neighboring country of an aircraft of the same type. We kept our cool. We followed the various verification protocols, and the information we needed was brought to our attention. And then we indicated that today, this action by Algeria naturally hindered the operation of the defense and security forces. We thought that Algeria and we and us were all committed to the fight against terrorist groups. We find it unacceptable that Algeria could serve as a base for armed groups, which have today claimed terrorist attacks on Malian soil. We are waiting for evidence from the Algerian side. Steps will also be taken at the international level to be able to determine responsibility. This is an extremely unfortunate precedent between neighboring countries because it is not excluding that aircraft from other countries or Algeria could eventually pass onto our territory. Even in this case, our defense and security forces are formal. Mali only operates on its national territory, and nothing, no intimidation, no threat will prevent us, the Malian high authorities, the Malian defense and security forces, from continuing to monitor the national territory, to defend the territorial integrity of our country, and to ensure the protection of property and people. And above all, intensify attacks against terrorist groups that are causing desolation. So that was the message that I had to convey today to the Algerian ambassador for the attention of the highest authorities. We must also explain to our population to remain calm. All the necessary steps on all levels will be undertaken to preserve the interests of Mali. We also welcome in this context the fact that the AES was able to act and responded in a united manner in accordance with the treaty of our organization. Everyone must understand that when you attack a country, when we attack a country, we attack all countries. When they attack one country, you attack all countries. In this case, it's able to show our discontent and our actions. We will also be undertaking to get them message across where it is needed. So there you have it. You hear the words from the minister himself. But before we dive into the minister, what he said, I'm gonna give a little backstory. So Mali, there's this terrorist group that's name goes by the name of Tereg Rebel. They've been wreaking havoc in Mali before since 2012 coming up. But since Mali got the new junta leader take over, they have been pushed back because according to the terror rebel, they own a certain portion of Mali. That's what they're saying. They want to have their own separate system. And the Mali military is like, nope, not the military. The government like, nope, there's no such thing as two states in our countries. One country ruled by one leader, and hence the battle start. So they have been chasing these guys with drones, and every time they attack, they will run towards Alger to the border between Algeria and Mali and go over, and they cannot enter that space with their drones. Anyway, so this is what the Mali government have been saying, that they are protecting them. So there is a little rift between them for a while now. So according to Algerian military, the drone came 2 kilometers deep into their country airspace. But here is where there is the kabaffle. If a drone is approaching your airspace, so it's coming towards your airspace and it's leaving Mali airspace. So Mali airspace is coming towards Mali airspace, Algeria airspace. So if it's coming towards Algeria and it's 2 miles in, if you shoot it down, you're gonna fall within your borders. But no, when this drone was shot down, it fall 9.5 kilometer inside Mali's um country, well, airspace country. So let me give you a little what 2 kilometer is around a mile and a half, a little less. 9.5 kilometers around 5 mile and change. So if you shoot down a drone approaching your airspace, it should fall within that mile circumference. But how you gonna fall 5 mile in the opposite direction? That does not correlate. Those two, the argument is not correlating. They deliberately shut down the drone because they were chasing these Tereg rebels into Algeria, and they don't want them to find their home base. I'm leaning towards that. So this is the reason why Mali is very upset. Because this drone is a multi-million-dollar drone. It's not cheap. These things they're not cheap. They bought these drones from Egypt. So Mali is the Algerian government hiding the Tereg group, rebel group? Possible, because that's the only reason you could see for shooting on a drone. Why not just reach out to the military and find out what the drone is doing in their airspace? Because there's channels these guys have that can to avoid shooting on a plane or a helicopter or even a drone by each countries when they invaded the airspace. Because Mali's, as minister stated clearly, they have other neighboring countries drone enter their airspace. They did not shoot it down. They contact the right people, go to the right channels, and make sure get the confirmation of who, what, where, when, and how. So why couldn't the Algerians do the same thing? Why your instant reaction is to shoot down a drone that they claim is just a mile into their airspace? Go contact them to the right channels and confirm who the drone belongs to. Why is it there before you shoot it down? So that's why the Malian government is so upset. So they pulled the ambassador from Algeria. So what did the AES alliance members do, which is Niger and Burkina Faso? They follow suit and they pull the ambassadors from Algeria and they cut ties with Algeria. Because the AES alliance is a genuine, real alliance. It's not just by mouth talk. You attack one, you attack all. That's what they stands for. So and if you shut down a drone from Mali, naturally Niger and Burkina Faso are going to take it to heart. So they are fully backing and preparing with their neighboring country and brother and alliance. That's normal. Because this is a genuine partnership, not some word of mouth. Because even though they're protecting their individual countries, the army is still one. Because again, they're a genuine alliance. So this is where we're at. And me personally, I don't want this to end up into a war because it's no good for neither country at no point. Because why? Because we're in our building stage. We are doing good. Niger is now debt free. Burkina Faso is almost debt free. They don't really hold no debt, and Mali as well. So the economy is growing, infrastructure is being built, they are building out their armies. They are building schools and hospitals and industrialization. But the powers to be, the imperialists, is trying to cut the growth. So hence they're trying to provoke, in my opinion, this is have the fingerprints of the imperialists all behind it to provoke these countries to go to war too so they can destroy the country. Because when bombs start to drop, buildings, infrastructure going to get damaged. They're going to target infrastructure. They're going to target buildings and factories. That's how wars are fought. Look what happened between Ukraine and Russia. Russia destroyed the infrastructure badly. So I don't want this to happen. So let's hope they can come to some diplomatic arrangement and the Algerian are the military give the correct reason why they shoot on this drone because the reason they gave is ridiculous. So let's hope there is what's what I'm looking for, a diplomatic resolution to this because we cannot afford a war. We will if we have to because they have the capability because they beef up their military heavily, Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali. So that's but I don't want it to be used because again it's gonna take too much lives, it's gonna be taken, too much infrastructure gonna be damaged, it's gonna be millions of dollars. They are trying to put them back into the dark ages. So let's hope it does not come to that and let's hope Algeria wisen up because Algeria hands in this is not clean. Let's put it that way. That's my opinion. That's what I'm thinking. Their hands in this is not clean because there's no way you claim you are fighting the same fight as the Sahel nations, but yet still you're attacking their military hardware. After they're just doing surveillance and the same people you are trying to get rid of, you claim. So anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Do you agree, disagree with my explanation, or do you agree with what the Algerians are claiming that it's just because they invaded their airspace, which is highly unlikely. But anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Boom.